John Walker lived quietly. Most neighbors only knew him as the veteran with the limp. His small apartment was sparsely furnished, a couch, a few photos, and a flag folded neatly in a glass case. Each morning, he walked to the grocery store, cane tapping the sidewalk. He rarely spoke more than polite greetings. But behind his silence was a storm. PTSD gnawed at him in the nights. He would jolt awake from dreams of gunfire, sweat soaking his shirt, his heart racing. The scars on his body were nothing compared to the ones in his mind. Yet John never complained. He had survived. And in his eyes, survival was enough. That evening, John walked home with a bag of bread and canned soup. The sunset painted the sky orange. He noticed a mother struggling with groceries beside her car, her little girl humming as she played with a doll. Then, the sharp crack of a door slamming open. A masked man bolted from the store, gun in hand, a clerk shouting behind him. His eyes darted wildly. He spotted the mother. "Move or I'll shoot," he barked, raising the weapon. The woman froze. Her daughter whimpered, clutching her doll. John's instincts surged. He saw the trembling finger on the trigger. He saw the angle of the gun. In war, there had never been time to think, only to act. He dropped his groceries, his voice like steel. "Hey! Over here!" The gunman spun, fired. The impact was like fire tearing through John's shoulder. Pain blinded him, but his legs kept moving. With a roar, he slammed into the man, tackling him to the pavement. They struggled, John's military training overpowering the panicked thief. The gun skidded away as police sirens wailed in the distance. Blood poured down John's arm, but his last sight before darkness was the girl, safe in her mother's embrace. The hospital exploded with urgency. Nurses wheeled John in, doctors barking orders. BP dropping. "Get me 2 units of O negative, stat." John faded in and out, hearing fragments. Gunfire in his head mixed with real voices. A soft cry cut through the chaos, the little girl's. "Mommy, please, don't let him die. He saved me." Her mother gripped John's hand as they rolled him away. "Please, sir. Please fight. You're our hero." Across town, Mason "Bear" Carter, president of a local Hells Angels chapter, was fixing his bike when his phone rang. "Bear, it's about John Walker." Mason froze. He hadn't heard that name in years, but memories came rushing back, the heat of Afghanistan, nights of fear, and John's hand pulling him out of a burning Humvee. "He's in the hospital. Took a bullet saving a kid." Mason's jaw tightened. Of course he did. He slammed his phone shut and called his brothers. Within minutes, word spread through the club. Riders stopped what they were doing, engines fired up, leather vests strapped on. "Walker's down," Mason growled. "We ride." At first, the hospital lot was quiet. Then the sound came. Low, rumbling, growing louder by the second. 1 Harley. Then 5. Then 10. By the time the clock struck midnight, 80 motorcycles filled the parking lot, headlights glaring, chrome glinting. Doctors and patients peered nervously from windows. Police cruisers pulled up, unsure of what was happening. Mason stepped forward, his voice steady but fierce. "We're not here for trouble. We're here for our brother." Some officers eyed the crowd with suspicion, but the mother of the little girl stepped forward. Her voice shook, but it carried power. "He saved my daughter. These men are here because they love him." Please, let them stay. The tension melted. Inside, John lay unconscious, machines beeping rhythmically. Mason walked in quietly, removing his vest. He placed it on the chair beside the bed, the Hells Angels patch, their symbol of brotherhood. You never changed, Mason whispered, voice breaking. Always protecting someone else. Even now. The little girl clutched her teddy bear, asking softly, is he going to die? Mason knelt beside her. Not if we can help it. He's the toughest man I know. He's fought through worse. Through the night, the angels did what nobody expected. They donated blood. They brought food for tired nurses. They guarded the entrance so no reporters or strangers disturbed the family. Their reputation might have been fearsome, but tonight they were gentle giants, protecting one of their own. John slept, memories invaded. Explosions. Screams. Sand and smoke. He saw Mason, wounded, and himself dragging him to safety. No man left behind. That was the code. When John finally stirred awake, the first thing he saw was Mason's weathered face. Bear? John croaked. Mason grinned through tears. Damn right. You scared the hell out of us, brother. John winced as he tried to sit. His voice cracked. The girl, is she safe? The mother stepped forward, eyes full of tears. Because of you. She's alive because of you. The little girl climbed gently onto the bed, hugging John's good arm. Thank you, Mr. Soldier. John, the man who had once faced gunfire without flinching, finally let tears fall. John's recovery was slow. Each day, Mason or one of the angels sat at his bedside. They teased him, told old war stories, and reminded him he wasn't alone. The nurses were astonished by their discipline. Rough-looking men in leather jackets brought coffee for the staff, held doors open, and kept the halls quiet at night. Even the police who had been wary at first admitted, I've never seen anything like it. They're like an army, but loyal to one man. When John was finally released, the hospital prepared for another thunderous night. As he stepped outside, weak but standing, the roar of 80 engines filled the air. The Hells Angels formed a massive escort, lining both sides of the street. Neighbors watched in awe as they escorted John home, a convoy of loyalty and respect. At his doorstep, Mason clapped a hand on his shoulder. Your family, brother. You always were. Don't ever forget it. John's eyes filled. I thought I had nothing left. But tonight, you proved me wrong. The little girl ran up and pressed a drawing into his hand. It showed a stick figure man with a cape protecting a child. Above it, in shaky letters, my hero. John framed it above his medals. Months later, John wasn't the same lonely veteran anymore. He volunteered at the VA hospital, speaking to younger vets about resilience. The little girl and her mother visited often, bringing cookies and laughter. Mason and the angels checked in weekly. For the first time in years, John had family again. Not by blood, but by choice, by loyalty, by love. Heroes come in many forms. Some wear uniforms. Some wear leather vests. But true heroes are those who stand between danger and the innocent. That night, one man's sacrifice saved a child's life. And one brotherhood's loyalty proved that no soldier, no hero, should ever stand alone.